Hello, welcome to a new video. Very often I've seen the question, what is the difference between MP3 and WAV? And most of the consumers just know MP3 and say, well, that's a music file. But all of the people who make music know WAV and MP3. But what's the difference? I've created an example and now we listen to a short part of a song. Okay, now we see here the WAV file and the size is 30 megabyte. It's, I guess, nearly 3 minutes. And the wonderful thing is at the WAV file, you can calculate 10 megabytes per minute. So 7 minutes are 70 megabytes, 5 minutes are 50 megabytes, and so on. And this is the WAV file. And now you can see I've created 6 different MP3 files with different qualities. We got 320 and here we got 6.8 megabyte. And the next is 256, nearly 5 megabyte. And that's much less than the original with 30 megabyte. And let's go to the lowest quality with 56 kilobit per second, just nearly 1 megabyte. But what's going on here? Most of the people say that MP3 is a compressed file, and that's not true. Now I compress this WAV file. So I create a zip. Here is our zip file, and you see it's not 30 megabyte, it's nearly 26 megabyte. And when I unzip it, you see the unzipped file has 30 megabyte and our original 2. So the unzipped file has the same size and quality as our original, but MP3 doesn't. So what's happening here? Now let's say we want to take a picture of this room and we want to capture everything. So what you can see is I got the headphones, my table, and here is a remote control. But when we do a 3D capturing, everything is recorded or captured, and we can see this room of every angle or position. But now we don't have so much memory, and we say, okay, we just save all the information that are seen at the screen. So we don't save that we have other things around here. And that is nearly the same happening at MP3. Some frequencies can't hear by your ear, so they are deleted. Or just take a sign when you get a little sound like doop. You can't hear it as well as a sine pulse like doot, 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 doot. So there are a lot of things going on, but the main thing is MP3 is not data compressed, it's data reduced. And now let's hear the difference. Here is the original, the WAV. Then we hear 320, 256, 192, 128. 128 is the default setting of the most export settings for MP3. And then we got 96 and 56. Now I switch between all these qualities. Could you hear a difference? And where could you hear a difference? I guess it's really hard, and 128 is the minimum of quality. I prefer 192, but I guess the most significant difference, you can hear it at 96 and then 56. So now I switch between the WAV file and the MP3 file with 96 kilobit per second. And listen to the hi-hat, because you can hear the difference at high percussive instruments like the hi-hat here. Let's take another part where we got more vocals.
Yet your smile consoles my heart, and I want to be, and I long to be. Yet your smile consoles my heart, and I want to be, and I long to be.
It's not beautiful. And now let's have a look at the frequencies. Here is my analyzer, the FabFilter Pro Q, and I switch between the different qualities again, and we start with the WAV file. And here you can see that it's not compressed, that it's reduced, especially at the high frequencies. When we are at the lowest quality here, 56 kilobit per second, we got a cut at 1 kilohertz, or not 10 kilohertz. Next. Here we are at 96, the cut is at 12 kilohertz. At 128 we are at 15 kilohertz. And here at 192, it looks funny. Sometimes there's a cut, sometimes not. And now let's have a look at 320. And let's switch between the best quality, the best MP3 quality, and the WAV file. I can't hear the difference, but you can see it. So for this, you can send MP3 files just for hearing. But when you want to send a file that needs some editing, for example, compression, EQing, exciter, and so on, always send a WAV file, because you can't add high frequencies when there are no high frequencies. And the other thing is, I've read an article why you are so tired when you leave a cinema. And the tackle said, it's not that there is a dark light. You see 25 pictures or frames per second. And we think that this is a fluid picture, a moving picture. But our eyes have to calculate all the frames between the frames. So it's hard for our brain. And the same is here. There are informations missing. And so our brain has to calculate all the missing information. It's like you have a call with somebody and you get sounds like this, or it is muffled like this, and you can't understand very much. So it's very hard to understand the other person, and you can't do it for a long time. And here it's the same. So when you got a file like this, doesn't matter whether this is music or just two people talking, it's very hard to follow the talk for a long time. And this is the reason why I always record WAV files, because when you record an MP3 file and then export it, you got 2 times bad quality. So always record a WAV file. And when you export your song, podcast episode, or what else, always export the WAV file, and then you can export the MP3 file. You don't have to do it 6 times as I did. This has just been done for this video. Just choose your own. I always choose for my podcast 256 kilobits per second. Standard is 128. For me, it's not enough. And this is for stereo. When you use mono, you can take nearly the half. When I could help you, please give me a thumb up. When you have some questions or suggestions, just leave a comment. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any new episode. See you the next time.